Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. This is Market Day Report, and that was a little bit of a hiccup in my mic. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, let's take a look at these markets. Brian Rydlund from CHS is on the phone, but we're going to go through these prices first. Let's look at corn. That's up 4 in the fronts, and it's a little bit lower in the backs. 3 3/4 cents higher, I guess, in May now. 7.87 1/4 is last. 1.5 cents lower in the March, but look at these, 1 1/4 cents lower in that new crop. But we're still well over 7.25. We're at 7.34 1/2. So that's a good price as it comes to the rolling of the wheels and getting things in the ground. How about soybeans? What's going on over there? Well, this is kind of quiet. May's up 3.5 cents, 16.79 1/2. July's off 1 1/4 to 16.63 1/2. But let's go out to Novi new crop. That's off 6 cents, and we lost that 15 handle, folks. We had a high of 15.20, but 14.99 3/4. They waited till I sat in the chair to lose that 15 handle. I don't know why that is, but anyway, that's no bueno. All right, let's take a look at wheat in Chicago. 8 cents lower in the front. July is also 8 3/4 cents lower, but May's off 8 cents at 11.05 1/2, and we've got July off 8 3/4 cents to 11.12 1/2. So. About 8 to 10 cent loss going out the deferreds. That's a little bit of a negative wheat board. Just kind of looks to be consolidated going into the 3-day weekend. How about hard red wheat? Do we expect to see anything different over there? Well, no, but actually a little bit more. 11 3/4 cents lower in that May contract to 11.62 1/4. 13 cents lower in July, 11.65 even, and 10.5 cents lower if you go all the way out to March to 11.55 1/2. How about spring wheat in Minneapolis? Just got done talking about Minneapolis. 3 cents higher in the May. 11.62 even is last. Let's go out to Dees. It's up 4 1/4 cents to 11.47 1/2. Okay. Cotton. What do we have happening in cotton? Cotton's going to be down 108 points to 141.69. Dees is down 49 to 121.69. Let's bring in Brian Rydlund from CHS. Brian, thanks for being on the show. 3-day weekend. Had a lot of action this week. We got some economic indicators. What are your thoughts?
You know, looks like, Scott, to me, it's kind of one of those days where we're going to get ready for the long weekend. Of course, no trading after today's close until Sunday night. Looks like we're squaring up a little bit. The Goldman roll finished up yesterday, which has kind of got our spreads back on the inverting path again. Generally kind of a quiet day. You know, the overnight weakness tends to be met with some buying when we reopen at 8:30. Today was kind of the case again. But I don't think we do much today. It just doesn't feel like anybody wants to. And again, it's probably more about just getting people square. People talking about our weather, you know, a foot to 2 feet, 3 feet of snow around Minot, North Dakota. So people are talking about that. But, you know, the guys I talked to up there, we need the moisture. They'll take it. They didn't want it in this form, but they'll take the moisture. And of course, here in Minneapolis, it's 28 degrees and light snow as we speak. So weather is still a concern, and I think that supports corn more so than beans. And that looks like that's the case again today. And of course, wheat is a Black Sea related issue. And we're going to trade the next headline, and wheat remains obviously more very volatile. So looks like kind of a nothing day, and we're not used to that for the last 6 weeks or so.
No, we're not. And the weather you described up there in Minneapolis sounds like July. But anyway, that's a whole other story. And I appreciate what you said about the markets, too, because I agree. I've been doing it a long time, and sometimes what people need to know is these are living, breathing things, too, because there's people that trade these things a lot, right? And so sometimes the market just gets tired, right? Wouldn't you agree with that, Brian, that folks get tired?
Definitely.
And so
we see that a few weeks ago, where people just basically left.
Right.
They were tired of it, took their marbles off the table and went home. I think some of that's come back, but it still feels like there's a lot of people still on the sidelines yet.
I agree. They've got whiplash from all the headlines. All right. I really appreciate you coming on. That's Brian Rydlund from CHS. Thanks very much for being on the show. We're going to go away, pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock after this.